Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is not financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in Mara, Riot, Hive, Argo, Bitfarms, Hide, K1, DMG Blockchain, DigiHost, Galaxy, Anycoin, Lux, BTC, WF, and BTBT. Okay, let's jump right into it. So we have a lot of operational updates from the mining companies from September, so I will go through this in this video. But first, let's check the Bitcoin price, because in the last few days we had some nice price action, and yeah, we're now at a critical point. I think we're above the 50,000 US dollars, so that would be nice to hold this line here. Also, we can see this downtrend here, we're a little bit above right now. Also, the RSI here on the daily is trying to break above this resistance here, which we have since the end of July. So yeah, that is very interesting. And if we can close here above these 53,000, something like this a daily, I think that would be very bullish. And yeah, that would be hopefully the continuation of this bull run. Ethereum has also a great chart here, to be honest, but I think it's lagging right now a little bit. So to continue this bull run, I think we need to get the Bitcoin dominance a little bit up, and yeah, we will have later then of course the altcoins when they will follow Bitcoin. So usually in a healthy move, Bitcoin moves first and the others follow. But let's see. But overall, Ethereum is really crazy and has huge potential here to the upside, I think. Let's talk about the miners. First, we have Luxfolio here. Achieves 90% month-over-month increase in mining petahash performance. So Luxfolio is our small cap miner. But I really like the performance. The stock is doing good since I bought it, and they're running now more than 1,000 miners. I think 600 of them are leased. I don't know the leasing conditions, to be honest. So that's going to be interesting in Q3 or Q4 to read the financials there. And yeah, where's the hash rate? So it's 95 petahash right now, and it's growing, and that's nice. Also, they have a Bitcoin reserve of 34 Bitcoin, or yeah, we call it HODL, you know, and a few Ethereum, a few Ether. So that's Luxfolio. Now let's go to DigiHost. Also DigiHost, nice results with their 200 petahash. So Q1 was 105 BTC, Q2 was 109, and Q3 is 133. We know that the hash rate dropped, the global hash rate, and that's why the difficulty dropped. So July was a great month here with 51. September still 37, also good results. But what's more important for me for DigiHost is that they will expand. This is the most important thing here, and they say here, this is for me important, pursuant to its May 12, 2021 press release, the company is on target to put online approximately 9,900 newest generation miners it has purchased before the end of 2021. Once fully installed, these miners will increase the company's current hash rate to between approximately 925 petahash and yeah, 1.1 exahash. Also, Michael Amar, the CEO, said, yeah, in Q1 they want to have 1.5 exahash here. I think this is the cooperation with BTBT. And in the first half, they want to have like 3.6 exahash. So these are ambitious targets, but I hope really they can do it. I mean, 1 exahash at the end of the year would be huge for DigiHost. But yeah, I really want to hear more how they're going to do it, because we saw the video on YouTube about this power plant they have bought in upstate New York, that it will take 6 months for finish the first phase. So that would be interesting where they want to deploy the miners. Maybe they do it in their older facility, which is already running with S9s. Yeah, that's what I'm interested in. I'm yeah, I hold DigiHost, of course. Also, they have 450 BTC on the balance sheet, I think. I don't know where it is, 449. That's what they say here, somewhere here. Yeah, 452 here is on the balance sheet. So nice hodl here for DigiHost. Also, we got news today or yesterday from DigiHost that they do a share consolidation to facilitate NASDAQ listing. So they will turn 3 shares into 1, because yeah, for NASDAQ you need to be above $2 or $3 or so. So right now they have these 75 million shares outstanding, and they will convert it into 25 million. So that reminds me a little bit of the Argo IPO, where they didn't convert all these stocks, but they emitted new stocks with 10 shares packages. Also to be able to do NASDAQ. For Argo, the NASDAQ uplisting, so far it was not successful, so since then the stock has dropped. But also for the other ones like Hive, Hut 8 or Bitfarms, when they after the NASDAQ listing they dropped first big and then they recovered. So it doesn't mean when there is or Coinbase, also a good example, dropped 50% and never recovered so far. So yeah, these NASDAQ things are always hyped up, but often after these IPOs or after the uplisting date, there's first a big drop, then there's capitulation, the big fish are buying it, and then the stock is allowed to move up. So be always very careful with this. Next one is Greenland Generation announces selected preliminary operating results for third quarter. So we don't know exactly the September numbers here, but they say they mined 729 Bitcoin during the quarter. So that's a very nice number. It's more than 240 Bitcoins each month on average. The revenue is 33 to 37 million here expected. A huge net loss here. This is due to the merger, which was also very, very difficult, and a lot of people got dragged there. They say they have 30 million in costs because of this merger, but then adjusted EBITDA of 18 to 20 million. So I think that could be approximately the cross mining margin or something like this. Or yeah, I think cross mining margin could be even better. So what's also interesting, they have 1.2 exahash with 15,000 miners online. The end of the quarter is 52 million of cash and fair market value of cryptocurrency holdings. So the hodl is not huge for this company, as I'm aware of. So 52 million of cash, and so that's approximately 1,000 to 1,100 Bitcoin if it would be all in Bitcoin. But let's say 50-50, 50% is cash and 50% is holdings. Let's say they have 500 Bitcoins on the balance sheet. That's what I'm calculating right now. And the rest of 25 million is in cash. Yeah, that's my estimation here. So Greenwich, a new miner here on my BMXI. Yeah, then we have Hut 8. They're now hodling 4,724 Bitcoins. Huge number, mined 264 Bitcoins, 9.1 Bitcoin per day. They received the first batch of the NVIDIA GPUs, so they have now 600 rigs online. Each rig has like 4 NVIDIA cards, so 2,400 cards of their 10,000. So they're making 25,000 Canadian dollars with this income per day. So, and the rest will be Jason Saluski, the chief technology officer, said that they hope they will resolve it in early Q4. I think we are now in early Q4, so maybe they can resolve it in October or maybe early November to get all the GPUs online. That would mean that they will generate approximately 100,000, or I think here they say 110,000 Canadian dollars in Ether mining at that time, if we're not at proof of stake when they finally turn it on. But the good thing is they're already mining with these cards, but only 25%. I hope they can get them online very soon. Yeah, so that's Hut 8. So as you maybe see, I sorted the miners the more Bitcoin production you have, the later you come in this presentation. So now we get Bitfarms. Also good news here. First of all, they increased their hash rate to 1.6 exahash with 30 megawatts of hydropower. They say they have a new facility in Covansville. I was not aware of this. So I think they're maybe moved out there of the city too. I think there were maybe also some noise issues. I'm not sure. But the great thing is that they're now at 1.6 exahash. They want to be at way above 2 exahash at the end of the year and at 8 exahash at the end of 2022. And they mined like 320 BTC here. I think these were other news, but I have here the cheat sheet from my friend Anthony. He is on Twitter. I hope you follow him. 305 BTC was Bitfarms mining in September, and now increasing the hash rate. Great. Then we have Mara. So Mara, 360 BTCs they mined in September. 340, produced 340 bitcoins, and a hodl of now 7,035 bitcoins. So that is number one. The 340 bitcoins, they were not really impressive. I think last month they had 470. So there's a lot of speculation why this happened. I think the main reason is they're running their own mining pool, the Mara pool, and if you're running a small pool, it's still a small pool with, let's say, 2% of the total Bitcoin hash rate. You can have lucky month or not so lucky month that you find. I mean, when you're in a bigger pool, like which has 20% of the total Bitcoin hash rate, it's more leveled out. So you will, on average, find every day like X blocks on the blockchain. But if you're running a small pool, there's always a chance that you are lucky and you find a lot of pools, or that you have a month where you don't find a lot of pools. I think that maybe September was not that lucky, maybe. So maybe October they will find a lot more pools. The cool thing is you can track these numbers. So a lot of people were expecting approximately this number because they're following the Mara pool and they can see how many blocks they find. So I'm not concerned about this. Cash on hand and so on. I think the big number here is they have 2.7 exahash. So this is the lead right now in the industry. Also DMG blockchain is added to Mara pool. So together they should be at approximately 3 exahash right now. And again, the higher the hash rate of the pool gets, the better, the more leveled out is the block finding here. And I mean, Mara will be next year above 10 exahash, so then they will have like at least 5% of the pool, I think, of the total Bitcoin hash rate with their pool, and I think it's going to be more leveled out. Also, there will be maybe other companies joining this pool, so also very interesting. Okay, so here we can see the monthly production. July and August were a lot better. Also, the difficulty was different there. They're installing miners. The goal is 13.3 exahash at mid-2022. We know that the facility they have in Montana there, they should host approximately 3 exahash because they have like 100 or 105 megawatts there with the coal-fired power plant. So that should be soon at the limit. And I think the rest they will build in Texas with Core Scientific. They will host it at Core Scientific. So Core Scientific is the number one hoster in my opinion. So I think this should work there. And I'm very excited for the future of Marathon. But also Riot is very, very interesting IMO. Because when I look at my BMXI, I updated it today with the latest prices and all the data I got from this operational update. It surpassed the first time Mara in my chart here a little bit. And my model is without hosting revenue, and Riot has also hosting revenue, so it could be even higher. And I think the stock was not performing very well. I was saying that time that maybe it's a little bit overvalued. There will be others like Hut 8 would have more gains, and I think that was true. But now it looks very interesting for me, to be honest, because they mine 406 bitcoins. So as a pure Bitcoin miner, this is the number one, as I'm aware of. Huge number. Also, their hodl is growing here to 3,500. So that's only the half of Mara, but yeah, I mean, it's growing fast with the addition of 406 bitcoins, and they have now 2.6 exahash online. So as we know that Bitmain has a lot of delays right now with miners, and Riot and Mara are competing for the miners. So I think that they will receive batches. They will both receive batches that not one miner is getting a lot more miners and the other one gets nothing. So I think that's the reason why they're always approximately the same hash rate. That would be good for Riot, not good for Mara, because Mara has a huge growth curve here, this one. So in November, they have to install like 3 exahash here, and in December, another 3 exahash or so to get to 8. Or yeah, a little bit less than 3 exahash, but that is a huge goal. I hope they can do it. I hope they will get the miners, because that looks like a huge growth curve here. The thing is that Riot is a little bit more conservative here, so they want to be at 4 or 5 exahash, I think, at the end of the year, and at the end of 2022 at 7.7 exahash. This is the disclosed number right now. I think that we may be here soon about Riot, that they made another purchase or something like this, or they're going to diversify, because they're building a 700 megawatt facility there in Texas. I think 300 are already running, and the other 400 will be available in next year somewhere. So that's really big. And Whinstone hosts approximately 200 megawatt of institutional Bitcoin mining clients. I mean, that was perfect for Riot. Okay, they paid a lot from Northern Data to get this facility, the Whinstone facility, but there were 300 megawatts almost completed. We know now that there was China exodus, and a lot of miners were looking for new homes. So the prices were going up for hosting fees. And I think, or I hope, that Riot can benefit from this. First of all, have your own mining fleet, like 100 megawatts in there, and then host another 200 megawatts. Ideally, the electricity prices are low and you can charge a high fee, so that you generate huge revenue, but also a nice income from this. I don't know how the electricity prices right now are in Texas, because we see over, especially with the fossil fuel power generation, a huge increase in electricity prices, or we can see it everywhere. I'm not sure about the Texas grid right now. Okay, so that is Riot. I'm bullish on Riot because, I mean, the market cap is right now below 3 billion. They have a huge exahash number, their hodl is growing, and I think the biggest advantage right now is the big facility they're building there, and that's huge. Okay, so let's go to the number 1 of September, and this is Hive Blockchain. First of all, the financials were incredible in my opinion for the April to June. Huge numbers here, 37 million in earnings, great gross mining margin, 83%, and so on, EBITDA above 25 million or so. And I think the quarter, which ended last week, so July to September, is going to be even bigger. I'm expecting 45 to 50 million in revenue. I think here they say record quarterly net no, sorry, that was another number. But I think in September they already had an revenue of more than 18 million, I think 18.6 million or so. So it should be in the whole quarter 45 to 50 million. Gross mining margin could be at 35 million or something like this. And then we will have a huge revaluation from the Ethereum holdings from 2,000 to more than 3,000 US dollars. So that's additional 25 million or so. Also the Bitcoin holdings. So I think that could be a quarter where the income is higher than the revenue, or that's what I'm hoping. That, let's say that the revenue is 50 million and the income is the same or even higher. But that also depends on the operational costs, on the electricity prices, on the capex or on the expenses and so on. So that's a little bit speculation. But the quarterly highlights here, 225 Bitcoins they mined and 9,700 Ethereum. And the great thing is that, the net come here is, so that was until June, sorry. But in September, they mined also 221 Bitcoin. So that's a huge increase. Where is it here? Hive Blockchain. Here it's 417. I think that has to be 407. I think 221 Bitcoin and a lot of Ether, 2,500 Ether. So big numbers here for Hive Blockchain, and that's the number one in Bitcoin equivalent, or let's say the same like Riot. Riot has 406. Hive has converted 407. So these are big numbers. Also, Hive is building the company. Frank Holmes in the interview said he wants to build a $10 billion company. Right now it's slightly above 1 billion, so that's a big target. But when we think 1 year ago, it was a $50 million or $100 million company. So that is definitely possible. And he's hiring a lot of new people there. We have new officers on the board here in Sweden. We have an addition. So then we have here Diana Biggs here. She is CEO of Valor Inc. She's incoming Chief Strategy Officer of DeFi Technologies. And the latest addition before that was Johanna Thornblad from Sweden. She has good connection into Sweden, where Hive has its operations. So Hive is really building a great team here. What I also like with Hive is they first deliver the numbers and then hire a lot of people. I know that there are a lot of companies, they hire this president and this superstar, but the numbers are bad and they stay bad, and then they make big minor purchases and so on. But Hive really delivered on numbers, and then they make the next step and improve the company or building a bigger company, because Hive was in the bear market. Frank Holmes, he was starting in 2017. He was becoming CEO later. He took over from Harry Pokrant, and he has seen how it has to be lean to survive a bear market. So that's why I think it took a little bit longer to get these people now on the board there, but I think we're now ready for the next phase. I'm excited for this. Okay, so then we have BitDigital. I have no numbers here from BitDigital. CleanSpark, also a miner I'm following now. They say they have here now, I think 1.1 exahash right now. They have 1 exahash. And they want to be at 2 exahash by the end of 2021. And 2022, 3.2 exahash. So what I really want to see from CleanSpark is numbers, how many Bitcoins they mined. And what's also interesting for me is what the other business, the microgrid stuff, it's losing money right now. So I want to see a positive development here. But CleanSpark is really a little bit hyped right now. It's going up. So that could be also an interesting addition here. Let's go to the Bitcoin hash rate. It made a huge jump in the last few days, let's say here. First, we had a jump to 200 exahash, which was crazy. So a lot of miners are waiting, I think, for cheaper electricity. Then we dropped again. Everything was good. But now we're establishing here at 160 exahash. So it's growing fast. It's growing faster. That means difficulty will go up. Also, Ethereum hash rate, which is only growing. We have this offset here from the China exodus, but that was not that big. Frank Holmes said, Ethereum mining is more decentralized than Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin was 50% in China, but Ethereum not, or Ether. A lot of smaller miners, I think, are out there with their GPUs and they mine Ethereum. But that also means that it's only rising, and we have already less supply because of EIP 159 and so 1559 and so on. So it's very difficult now to mine Ether, and 1 year ago it was a lot easier. But it's still very profitable because in US dollars the revenue is higher now. Okay, guys, so I think we are. Oh wow, Bitcoin made a nice jump here to 52,300. Guys, we need to get above this here, I think, and yeah, then the real rally will start. Okay, that is nice. Okay, I think I was forgetting to talk about Argo. So very disappointing right now, to be honest. But for me, I was not expecting this. First of all, I was thinking that after the Nasdaq listing, we will have something like this. I still think we can have it, but it will take longer. It's also an offset here because of the low Nasdaq IPO price. So I think we will go somewhere like here. Of course, we will not shoot here straight up again. Yeah, and a lot of people get emotional with Argo. I see a lot of people capitulating, and I mean, you always have to make your own decision whether you want to hold, buy, or sell, or accumulate more, and so on. For me, it's always important the numbers, because I stopped it to be emotional with buy. Sometimes I do stupid trades with emotions, and then I think, okay, you know it better. I'm following my model and my numbers. My numbers said that Argo Blockchain right now is a little bit undervalued here compared to some peers. Yeah, of these 4 mid-cap stocks here, it's approximately same level at Bitfarms, but a little bit higher. So it looks like from the number perspective, it is undervalued. And yeah, that's why I'm increasing it with no emotions. I really would have loved it if we followed straight this line here with a nice IPO price here of $2 and with new miners and so on. But it doesn't seem to happen right now. I think we are building a bottom here, and then we will, with Bitcoin, move up again. But right now, there's a lot of frustration and capitulation. I can feel it. It feels not great for me too. But what I want to say is I have seen this before. I see the same stuff tweeting now on Twitter when I saw here when the HUD8 IPO was. So I'm still holding. You should do what you want. It's disappointing, I know, but I still believe in the company. Yeah, and I will hold through this. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.